our other folks get in here with us. Boom, there they go. Oh my goodness, we were missing people. We don't want to be missing people. So now we should have our whole crew getting in here. All right, there they come. Hey, Miss Pamela, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. I don't know what that was about. Good morning, man of God. Good to see you, Pastor Glenn. So grateful for your testimony of delivery and healing. They were in a bad people. Hold on. We don't want to be missing people. So now we should have our whole crew getting in here. All right. There they come. Hey, Miss Pamela, good to see you. So we got a couple things going on. Good to see you. I don't know what that was about. Good morning, man of God. Good to see you, Pastor Glenn. So grateful for your testimony of delivery and okay. We can't deal with two of me. That would just be way too much. I was saying, Pastor Glenn has a testimony, awesome testimony of healing and deliverance. They were in a pretty bad car accident, and praise be to God. They are all right. They're doing fine. So good to see you on. Glad to see, you doing your streams and whatnot. Just thankful. Ooh, God is good. Thankful. Thank you for popping in, sir. Good to see you. Hi, Tanya. Good morning. Hello, my Monique. Good morning. There's the other super twin, Pamela Williams. So Pamela Gill, Pamela Williams, super twin powers activate. Coming in from YouTube. You're at annual conference today. Got you. Yes, brother. We just came out of ours. I'm praying over yours. Go with God today. Go with God. Blessings back to you, sir. Patterns of problematic thinking. Yes. That's what we're working on today. That is what we're working on today. What's up? Michelle Smalls in the house with the Empowerment Tribe this morning. So I'm glad to see you all. I want to take a point of personal privilege to share with you all. Just because we have built this tribe, not on just me coming with my certification to talk to you all and tell you all about, the 12-point strategies to this and that and move on. But we have built this tribe based on a fluidity of healthy sharing. And I just want to always honor that because I believe that that's why you all come. Not because I try to talk to you like I am all knowing and I've got everything perfected and nope. I have to do the work just like you do. I might be a few steps ahead. Good morning, my brother. I might be a few steps ahead in some things, but I am a human just like you all. So I'm going to take like 1 minute of personal privilege and just share with you all. Okay. So today is a great day. Today is a great day. Today is a great day because I have purposed it in my heart, mind, and spirit that today is a great day. Does that sound like any work that we do together? It's a decision. You get to make a decision, right? You always get to make a decision about what kind of day it's going to be. And so I will be honest and tell you, I had a hell of a week. But I learned a lot. And if you will allow me to say it this way, I am godly proud of me. Because what's important to me is that I always maintain alignment with my godly convictions and that I operate in character of integrity, that I would be, I don't want to say proud because sometimes we get the wrong thing about that, but that I'd be godly proud. If I use that, will that be okay with y'all? Because some people have a problem with the word proud. Not proud in of myself, like, ugh, look at me. But godly proud because at the end of the day, all we really have is our character and our integrity, right? And how we handle the press. Yes, growth. Yes, sir, man of God. Speak, pastor, speak. And so I ran to the roar. You'll be hearing more about that. I ran to the roar this week. I stood for what's right because it's right, and I did it right. And if that's what you do, the outcomes don't matter. The rest of that, you give it to God. So I'm excited because I get to spend time with you all every week, 3 times a week, across platforms. Almost 1,500 of you join me to come share and do this work of building strategies and understanding ourselves in ways so that we can make better decisions for better living. That means so much more to me than a lot of stuff that people think matters to me. So thank you. Thank you for being the tribe. And you all who are other parts of my life. I see my brothers on here, Cornelius, Michelle, some of my church family, some of the rest of you that understand other things that are going on in other lanes of my path of purpose. You've been sending me wonderful texts of affirmation and love and all of that. And I thank you. And I send that love right back to you. Hey, Miss Leola. She's always sweet about waving at everybody. Hello, Bishop Neil. Good to see you. And so there's my minute or and a half of personal privilege. I just want you all to know that when I come do the work with you, I want you to understand it's not because I read it in a book and then I come and regurgitate it. It's because I have to walk it out just like you do, right? I have to walk it out just like you do. And I don't mind. Because I know that when I can say I'm getting better and better because what works, I tell you all the time, a law that works is something that works the same for everybody. If it works for me, it works for you. I'm no more special than you. If I can do it, you can do it too. I personally think it's okay to feel proud of ourselves. Love that you feel godly proud. Thank you. Yeah, I have a bunch of different types of thinkers on the line. So I try to work it that way. Hello. Yes, it's all in our mindset. Hello, Pastor Sarita. Congratulations on your appointment, my darling. Hey, Tanya. Thank you for doing what you do for us. It's a blessing. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Tanae. Thank you. All right. I love y'all. Let's get to work. Let us get to work. Today, we're talking about patterns of problematic thinking. Now, listen, before we do this, I have a testimony that I need to share with you. And I hope that this will encourage you. I know it encouraged me. I'm so excited. You all have heard me talk about the different resources that I try to offer you so that we can build our dreams. And by the way, my pastor is on this phenomenal series about dream building. So if you ever just pop by the Bethel AME Baltimore page on Facebook, get you some nuggets, be blessed. But one of the things that I offer is this Udemy course, right? On walking in your life purpose. Oh my God, look at it. It's 45% off right now. $10.99. And several of you have signed up for it. And hey, Doc, good to see you, brother. And several of you have signed up for it. And I would like for you to join me in celebrating somebody who has just completed her course. Y'all give it up for the Empowerment Tribes. Candace Bowen, woo! Hey, Candy Can.
Hey.
Make sure your mic's on, Mama. Where are you? Okay, there you are. Yeah. Make sure your mic's on. Yeah. So, yeah, I can hear you now. Okay. We can hear you now. Hey, Mama. So hey. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you.
Thank you so much.
So when did you finish your course?
I finished it this morning during my devotional time.
You did this morning?
Yeah, I was like, I saw that I had like 88%, and I was like, let me do this before I log on for work. Let me do this so that I could just complete it because I'm excited about my next steps and what's getting ready to happen.
I'm excited about your next steps too. So what I'd like you to do, and Empowerment Tribe, you know how we do. Let's celebrate. Yeah, they go. Hey, thanks, Pamela. Guys. That's right. Lay it on her, y'all. She finished her course. Yay. Yes. And so you tell people like the work that you want to go into, because I also believe that, and you know this from doing the course, part of building the dream is talking about it, right? When you get to places of healthy sharing where you can do that, because you never know who can be the dot connector for you, right? Or the bridge builder for you. So let everybody know what it is that you're interested in doing, and then we'll go back and talk a little bit about what you got out of the course.
So I want to go into early childhood education, which I started off with when I was 18. But I want to be in with pre-K. So I would say 1 to kindergarten. And I had a dream, and my dream, God gave me what my purpose was. And my purpose is to lay the foundation of education for those that are coming up. So I don't necessarily need to be in elementary school, but actually prepare them for elementary school. So as an early educator, I do believe that you lay the foundation. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm working on finishing and revamping my children's book. So yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Like, I'm so excited. I don't think you all really understand. For me, the biggest thrill is watching people find their purpose, because I remember what it was like at different stages, right, of repositioning, where you feel lost and you're not sure like what you're supposed to be doing. You can even question, like, am I on the right path? People and border bullies will try to keep you from getting on it. So, I mean, there's so much that you have to go through just to get to the place of, no, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And that you're so committed, and that, because listen, I've known you, we're going into 5 years now.
5, wow.
And it's been a journey, right?
Yeah, yes.
It's been a journey. And to see you happy and smiling and excited about something. She's done life classes with us too. So this has been a journey. And so everybody's saying congratulations. Yes, it's beautiful. Yes. And it is a tender age she wants to work. And she's great. She works with our children at church. So Billy says, thank you. Thanks for weighing in, Billy. This is why I love the Empowerment Tribe, because listen, we will celebrate for you just as much as we celebrate for Candace, because it is about everybody getting their place of purpose. Now, for those who are signed up, who aren't moving, who are stuck on the course, they stuck, Candace, what kind of advice can you give them?
So I had to go back.
Oh Lord, we are so proud of her. Maybe we can get her back. Oh, nope, we lost you. You have faded to black, babe. We saw your picture. Let's see if she comes back. Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead. We can hear you.
Well, listen, my picture is beautiful.
It is gorgeous.
So I had a problem with, it wasn't a problem. Well, yes, it was. I had to go back into my childhood, into my teenage, into my 20s, and now I'm turning 33 this year. I call it my Jesus year. So I had to really think about those things and why I couldn't push forward, and what I couldn't do, and what blocked me from actually pursuing what I know that my purpose. See, I knew what my purpose was. I just didn't have like I always work with kids. That's just always what I did. But I just didn't have like a dream. Like, okay, yeah, you work with kids, but what is it that you want to do? What is the purpose in the dream? So that's what I had to do. I had to push forward. I had to literally let go of things that hurt me in the past, things, unlearn, learned behavior, church hurt, everything. I had to let that go in order for me to be what I am now. And I feel good. I feel great inside. I feel like I'm smiling when I get up. I'm not a morning person, but I've turned into a morning person now. So it's like, just being happy. I am in a relationship, and I am happy about that. I can help my friends who are not necessarily on the level that I'm on now. I don't engage in things that I used to engage in. I mean, it's great. So, yeah.
Let me put a pin right there, because, we talk about the sense of transparency. You go as deep as you want to go, because I never want anybody to be uncomfortable. But this has been a journey, because there have been things that we've talked about before and we've shared together where you had to figure out that the the things that were around you weren't always the things that were propelling you into positivity.
No.
And I think we think that that's an easy thing. You just go, oh, if it's something that's not positive, then you just do something different or you go a different direction. But that's not always easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. I was comfortable with those things. Very comfortable with. I know that I'll be transparent. I used to engage in drinking and smoking and with my friends who still do it now, but I realized that that's not helping me get to where I want to be. And if I don't want to be in this cloudy space and I don't want to be depressed and I don't want to be, because I had an issue with depression. I was suicidal for a long time. And I noticed that when I stopped hanging around those people, and even I'll say this, I didn't necessarily stop hanging around with them. I tried to encourage them to do different things. So I'll say that because some people needed my help. I knew that when I went around my friends or even family members, that I literally was the bright light that they needed. Even though they talked about me, even though they say, "Oh, here come this church girl, here she come," I still was like, "Okay, I can help you in this. Like, let me be the example. I can go to a bar and I can sit and not have anything but a ginger ale and a Shirley Temple. Like, that's my favorite drink. So I can have that and still be happy and still, be my goofy self and still crack jokes and things like that without having the enhancement of a drug or alcohol to help me. So
Yeah.
I've helped them in that area. And I've also been able to talk to younger women at church and those that gravitate towards me. Candace, I don't understand this relationship. I don't understand why I'm here and what's going on. I know that when I was in my 20s, I dated a lot of guys, and they would always say to me, "Candace, you're not girlfriend material. You're more wife material." And I would get so upset because they would like dump me for that and then get married and then 2 years later get divorced. So I never understood that, but it was, I had to not focus on that. I had to focus on Candace and where she wanted to go. And the more I got closer to God, the more I focused on myself, I felt good inside.
Yeah. Well, let me
And
tell you, not only did you feel good inside, Candace, we saw the metamorphosis of
yeah,
the behavior that you would be involved with it sometimes. And just how you would treat yourself or others and how you are now is like night and day. Billy Miller says, amen. Sometimes your connection determines your direction. And I want you to know your
yeah.
pastor's on here and he's saying, proud of you, Candace.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. And so thank you for coming on and sharing. Same with
You're
being
welcome.
wife. Monique said she used to get that too about being wifey material.
Yeah.
So listen, be encouraged, y'all. You heard her. It was a journey.
Yeah.
And the reason I wanted her to come on was not just about the course, but the course represents the self-excavation and the level of work she's willing to do inside the dirt work. Y'all know how we talk about the dirt work, plants, seeds, underground. She did all the dirt work so that she can now start getting fruit. So thank you for sharing. We continue to
Thank
celebrate
you.
with you. You are inspiration. And those of you who are doing things, let me know so we can celebrate you too. And
Yeah.
we will continue to pray and watch you grow and glow, girl. Grow
Thank
and
you.
glow. All right.
Thank you. All right. Bye, guys.
I love it. That right there. That there. Let me tell you, the impact and influence that God has for you for other people, that's what this life is about. You don't need a title. You don't need anything. And do you hear her? She's still working on her dream, but she's trying to reach back and help other people. That's what it's about. So let's get to this problematic thinking, because some of these things that we're going to see in here today is some of the stuff that she'll admit that she had, struggles with. So we are going to, if you all were part of the empowerment tribe, you all got a notification in the group about a worksheet that I had for you. And so, if you don't have it now, that's fine. It's fillable. You can do it online, or you can do it later. You don't have to download it. That I try to make them easy for you all to use so that you don't have to struggle with it. But this is the worksheet. It just gets you to kind of look in these different areas. I'm going to do a couple of different areas than a few that are on the sheet, but it should be helpful to you. And let me also say, do not beat yourself up, because we all have to do work when it comes to cognitive distortions, and we all have to check ourselves on stuff. And so don't beat yourself up. If you become aware of some behavior that you're operating in, that's fine. Just note it. Be willing to make the change to do what you need to do to get into a healthier place. If you need more help beyond what you're able to lift and do yourself, then okay, that's cool. Then we could talk about maybe some people need a therapist. Maybe some of you need a coach. Maybe some of you just need to keep doing the work. Whatever it is, we are always committed here to helping you get that. All right. Now's a good time to go ahead and share. Facebook, love you. Share before we get into the exercises. YouTube, you know what to do. Share the link. Share it in an email or a text. Periscope, swipe and invite your followers. Let's get all the hearts and minds in the room so we can do the work together. And that is one way that you change the world. Because when you share the work that is geared toward helping us understand ourselves better, promise you that'll trickle out into your workplace and into your communities and into your families and to everything else. Tamara says, oh my God, Candace, you're just the right mentor for Justice. She adores you. Thank you so much for keeping up with her. Love that. All right, so let's take a look. Pamela says, done. Thank you, Mama, for sharing. Let's get to some of these cognitive distortions. Let's look at some of the ways our problematic thinking gets in the way. All right. And again, like I said, we're not beating ourselves up. We just want to understand like what's going on, right? We just want to give some framework for it all. So cognitive distortions or problematic, unhelpful thinking styles are always that our thoughts are always geared in a way that our thoughts can become biased in one way or another. All right. So there's different categories. And if you looked on that sheet, we're going to ask ourselves, do I participate in or do I have patterns in some of these different ways of thinking? All right. The first one is jumping to conclusions. Often a person will make a negative assumption when it's not fully supported by the facts. In some cases, it's a matter of misinterpretation. Jumping to conclusions. Now, here's the brave, bold work I'm asking you all to do as a tribe. Thanks for sharing, Tanya. I see you. I see you. Here's what I'm asking you all to do, the brave work I'm asking you all to do today. Just like Candace, can you admit when we get to a section where you go, yeah, I kind of done that, been there, overcame that, or still working on that. Because you take back the power. That's when you take back the power. When you go, oh, you know what? I do that. Yep, I check myself. And then you just talk to the inner critic. Remember, we already gave them a name. So look, Shanae, we're not going to do that anymore. Look, George, we're not doing that anymore, right? But jumping to conclusions. How many of you can honestly say, yep, there's, and what I've noticed is that many times you can jump to conclusions in one area of your life, but not operate in that, that type of behavior in another. So it's not like you do it across the board. Sometimes it's with relationships. People always expect the worst. And so they jump to conclusions because of that one bad person they dated or that one bad relationship they have. They jump to conclusions like something looks like something, and then now you're penalizing the new person for the old person's stuff, right? Jumping to conclusions. Or maybe you haven't had healthy male-to-male friendships, and so you can jump to conclusions there. Or in the workplace. It doesn't matter. There's different areas, but sometimes if you're paying attention, you'll say, do I have to work at not jumping to conclusions? Tamara says, yes, been there. Leola says, getting better. That's great. That's all we can ask for, Miss Leola, is that we're getting better. Hey, Narisha, good to see you. Congratulations on your new book. Can't wait to have you on so we can talk about it. Sometimes, better than I used to be, but yes, sometimes. Pamela says, I used to a long time ago. Okay, so now that you know what it is, you can call yourself on it. That's the beauty of being empowered by knowing about these different things, right? Because once you know it, you can go, oh, no, we're not going to do that. And I know what it is now, right? The next category is exaggerating or minimizing a situation, where you're either blowing things way out of proportion or you're shrinking their importance, right? You're exaggerating or you're minimizing. And kisses back to you, mwah, 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 sis. Again, these two things tend to happen around certain triggers or certain areas of our life. You tend to exaggerate. Here's how you know. You always, if you use the word always or you never, okay, because there are no absolutes with always and never, right? Something doesn't always happen. There never happen, right? So exaggerating language, you might find that happening. Minimizing a situation. Remember, we talked about healing and staying on your mat. A lot of times exaggeration and minimization is something that keeps you on your mat, because as long as you over exaggerate, remember the man on the mat said, every time I come to get healed, people just walk past me and nobody ever puts me in, and it's always blah, blah, blah. It's like, really? It's always that? You asked everybody that came down to the pool if they could help get you in? All right. Candace says, I do both depending on the area. And that's usually the pattern, Candace. It's like, it's never going to be kind of all the way across the board. You'll find these things popping up in certain areas. Guilty is sin in some cases. Thanks for the honesty, Pamela, right? So I'm just going to talk about the cases now, and then we'll go back and talk about how do we combat these things, all right? The next area we want to lift up is mental filtering. It's where you take the negative details and you magnify those, kind of like the exaggeration, but then you filter out the positive aspects. Now, this is different because when you're talking about exaggerating and minimizing, you just make, so if you're talking to somebody and they go, well, you did this, da, 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 da. And so they made one piece of what you did very, very big, but they make a good thing about something that happened in that scenario, a very small piece of the equation. Well, that's exaggerating and minimizing, right? But when you're filtering, you almost filter it all the way out. It's like it never happened. Like the person's mind or your own mind is so solely fixed, like a pit bull on a bone, only on that part that is giving you grief or that rubbed you the wrong way, that you can't see the other things that are happening around that, the other support information, that if you took that support information in, it would actually help you see more balance in what happened and not just focus solely on one pinpoint thing. Man, we can see a lot of this in our day-to-day living, right? So you have to be careful that you're taking in all the information, not just filtering, just locked in on the negative and not seeing the positive aspects of things, right? Polarized thinking, everything's black and white. It's all or nothing with some people, right? Or all or nothing in your mind about a circumstance or situation. Again, we're not judging. These are just ways of thinking, problematic thinking, patterns we want to break down, because when it comes to building your dream, when it comes to building relationships, when it comes to getting financially secure, when it comes to having anything positive in your life, if you have these patterns of problematic thinking, it's going to be very, very hard for you to get to your end goal, whatever that end goal is in whatever area it is, because these are the things of inner me, that's the enemy that will hold you back. Polarized thinking, black and white, all or nothing. It has to be perfect or it's a failure. There's no middle ground. Okay. Going back to the comments. Billy says, we often play the tape against us rather than for us. Worry. I've been in that season before. Yeah, Billy. Yep. Thank you for your honesty. Pamela says, I do this regarding my personal life. Sometimes it's intentional. Sad to say. Girl, do you know, if I had $1 to give you right now for that level of honesty, I would put it in your offering plate. That right there, I don't even know, Pamela, if you realize the level of emotional maturity you're showing by being able to call yourself out. Don't worry about yourself if you can call yourself out. You still may have to work on some stuff. You still may need to work on some ideas, some behaviors, some thought patterns. But when you can call yourself out, you're okay. This is when you worry, when you can't see it. When several people show you either with their actions or their words, there's a problem, but you refuse to see it. And the problem in your mind is with everybody else. That's when you have to worry. And that's when I hope some seed is being planted that you might want to step back and go, ooh, am I in denial about some stuff? And the truth is, many times when that happens, it's because you have endured a trauma. And around that trauma, you have used some tools where exaggeration or minimization helped you, or some of these other things may have helped you, but they're not serving you anymore. They may have actually protected you while you were in a place of trauma or experiencing trauma, but now they're not serving you anymore. And so you have to really, anyone who has been through trauma, I highly recommend that you see a licensed therapist, okay, so that you can work out of that. Some of this other stuff, if your trauma has been light, trauma light, but there's varying degrees of trauma that we experience, right? And so depending on the degree of trauma that you experience, you might be able to work self-care and self-help yourself out of it. You might have a coach that can help you do that. But there's some dysfunctions and some other behavioral things that you might need a therapist for, all right? Billy says, amen. A person who's willing to call themselves out is willing to change. Come on, sir. You stepping heavy in here today, and I'm liking it. Pam says it's a day-to-day healing process. Yes, ma'am, it is. It really, really is. But the fact that you can call yourself on it, I mean, I don't know if you know just how huge a deal that is. All right. A person comes to a general conclusion based on a single incident or a single piece of evidence. If something bad happens just once, they expect it to happen over and over again. All right. That's when you're always waiting for the other shoe to fall, right? Based on one incident. And we have to be careful with that. It comes from a place of our, natural given ability to protect ourselves. It says, pay attention to that. But just because it happened once doesn't mean that's the way it's going to happen all the time, right? So we have to be careful with that. Emotional reasoning can be summed up by the statement, if I feel that way, it must be true. Whatever a person is feeling is believed to be true automatically and unconditionally. This is tough. This is tough. This is tough. I deal with this a lot in coaching. Just because you feel something doesn't mean that that is true. It's just a feeling that was birthed out of an experience. One day we'll go back and we'll look at the 7 steps again. You have an experience. It makes you feel some sort of way, and then you have a thought about what you're feeling. And at that moment of your thinking, you're about to make a decision out of what you're thinking. That decision is going to birth an action. And the actions you take over and over and over and over again become habits. And those habits are what's going to lead you down this path or that path. Okay, we heard it with Candace. She had certain experiences and certain influences around her that made her feel a certain way. Some were good, some were supporting her in negative ways. Out of those feelings, she had certain thoughts, she made certain decisions, she took certain actions, and they led her to a certain path and a certain destination. It's hard. That's your perception. So you make it, so that makes you think out of emotion. You had this issue. I didn't even see your comment, and I was already down your lane. You see, you're already down your lane, right? My, says Narisha, right? What happens when you're dealing with somebody in your close sphere Now, if this is you, we got to wake up. We got to do something different. Understand, you can't let your feelings drive. Because if you let your feelings drive, you're not going to be riding shotgun. Your feelings will tie you up, throw you in the trunk, and now you are a victim going along for the ride in life, always succumbing to your feelings. Don't let your feelings drive. They're there for us as markers and signposts to get more information. You get more information. If you didn't need your brain, you'd only have your feelings. But you're supposed to also take in information, right? We take in information so that we can weigh, what am I feeling with what do I see? What else is going on? What other information can I be extracting out of the environment in the situation, right? What else? What can I get? What can I get? Now I'm going to mix that with my feelings, because here's the truth. Okay. When I was, let me go to the comments first. My granny used to say, it's a feeling, it'll go away. So true. So true. They will come, they will wreak havoc, and then they'll be gone. And then you have to live with the fallout of all the bad decisions you made out of your feelings, right? Pamela Gill says, I polarize the issue sometimes. Usually it's got to be all perfect or nothing. I look for alternatives now. I'm growing, I think. Yeah, absolutely. If you know that, you are growing. Yeah, you're absolutely growing. If you can already identify that, baby girl, you are growing. High fives. Narisha says, I have learned to identify my triggers, so I recognize them when I'm responding from trauma rather than my new reality. And that's Risha, that's like, I think people feel that healing is when you no longer remember the trauma, or you know, it's not when you no longer remember it. It's when you're no longer enslaved to it, right? There's things in our lives, some more difficult than others, that we won't forget, but we will not be ruled by it. And that's why we do the work, right? You can stand on that and help actually minister to other people out of your trauma. You can be a source of light and hope for people out of your trauma. But if you are always moved by your trauma, and then you won't even admit that, you have now become its slave. You've now become a slave to the trauma. And it's going to be very hard for you to find and fulfill your purpose, have the highest level of intimacy in your relationships, and have the measure of self-love that you really need to have to be healthy and whole. Narisha says, yeah, that's it. No longer enslaved to it. You can remember it, but not surrender to it. Absolutely, Mama. So glad you're sharing with us today. Thank you for weighing in with your personal life experiences. Tamara says, absolutely, move feelings out the way. Learn and move. Learn and move. But let me say, if this isn't you, if this is not something that you're dealing with and you kind of have a handle on it, but people in your immediate sphere have this trouble, you have to be very careful. You have to, first of all, determine, are these outer court people, inner court people, or holiest of holies? If they're holiest of holies, of course, you're going to have to walk with them. You're going to have to try to find a way. You can't make them feel bad about themselves, but you have to keep asking clarifying questions to make them face the truth of the totality of the situation. I understand you feel this way, but is that the truth of the thing? Is there more information in the situation that you're not taking in? You can do that and people still not receive you. Then you have other decisions to make. Maybe they can hear it from somebody else. If they can't hear it from somebody else, you still have decisions to make. The main one being, don't be an enabler. Because ultimately, when people are committed or enslaved to the mat, for those of you who are new, we use the story from the Bible of the man who was invalid for 38 years, who sat on his mat. And no matter what your faith belief is, Jesus in the story represents healing, whole, a solution to your problem. Healing and solutions walks up and says, do you want to be whole? Do you want to be well? And the man on the mat doesn't say yes or no. The man on the mat says, well, every time I come down here, nobody will help me get to the pool so I can get healing, right? So they're more committed to the trauma, the thing that has them stuck, more committed to that. And so if they can't hear it from you, if they can't hear it from people around them, you're really going to have to pray that God brings the right impetus, the right stimulation around them to help them see it and hear it and feel it. Now, that's inner core people. You have some level of commitment to that. Don't become an enabler, because the person on the mat becomes so committed to being and sitting on that mat that ultimately they don't want you. You walk up healed and whole, but if you let them, they'll have you sitting on the mat. You don't want to be on the mat. You can't empower anybody sitting on the mat of brokenness and trauma, right? You have to stand strong in healing, wholeness. That's where you have to stand, right? So you might have to put some distance, loving distance. I hope that helps somebody. Do I want to be healed? That's the reason we ask any of these questions and we look at any of these cognitive distortions, because at the end of the day, it's going to be really, really hard to find and follow our purpose, to move forward in our relationships and all the things that we believe that we're called to do if we operate in these cognitive distortions in a way that is a pattern. Look at how you react to difficult times. Look at how you react to when the press is on, when the challenge arises, when you don't get your way, when something doesn't happen the way you feel it should happen. How do you respond? If you jump to conclusions, if you exaggerate or minimize, if you ignore parts of the scenario and situations and only focus on the negative and don't look at the other positive aspects that may have influence on this. Hi, Annette. Good to see you, sister. Candace says, I ask myself that question daily. Do you want to be healed? You've got to. Because every day it's a choice. I can be the victim or I can be the victor. I can be the person that's been through trauma, or I can be the person that's coming out of trauma and will stand on top of it. Like Narisha said, no longer enslaved to it. I now help others. I am now a source of light for others based on what I've been through, right? Do I oversimplify things as good or bad, right or wrong? Do I beat myself up with that? And do I hold other people to that standard, right? Do I overgeneralize things? Like this always happens. That's one of the biggest reasons I find some of my clients cannot get their dream done, because they overgeneralize. Well, the last time I tried, it didn't work. The last time I tried, nobody believed in me. The last time I tried, people sabotaging me. The last time I tried, and I get it. Learn from that, but that doesn't give you a pass to quit. That doesn't give us a pass to quit and say, well, I'm not going to try anymore because it happened like this last time. Pamela says, my question, do you want to be happy? Yep. Great Kirk Franklin song too. Do you want to be happy? All right. What else? Well, mind reading. This is a new one that's on the sheet that I didn't go through. You assume that people think negatively of you because there's no definitive evidence for this. Are you always thinking that people are against you? Is everything in your mind that happens wrapped around the filter of people are coming for you, not that they're trying to help you? That will keep you on your mat, I promise you. that will keep you on your mat. Tamara says, I am a victor. Yes, you are. The Empowerment Tribe, you're a victor. Every day in every way, you're a victor. You're a victor. Emotional reasoning. Remember, we talked about this. I feel fear, so I must be in danger. Let me just tell you right now, anything new you do is going to feel fearful. I hope you all don't think I don't ever feel fear. There's times when I know that I'm supposed to do something. I know the direction I'm supposed to take. I know the conversation I'm supposed to have. I know the stance I'm supposed to take. And I still feel that because it's new, it's different. New and different is always going to feel that. And then here's the other thing. Sometimes you have to be the change agent. You have to be the change agent. Note to self, light bearers. If you know you're a light bearer, can you just put me an emoji in the chat? It can be a light bulb. It can be, or just say that's me. If you are a light bearer, what do I mean by that? That means that you are a path leader for others, whether it's because you're a teacher, you're a mom, if you're a light bearer, if you lead people and help shape people's minds or help them find healing in any way, you preach, you teach, whatever it is, throw up an emoji because I need to know who I'm talking to today. I'm going to go to the chats. A quote from E.T. who got it from the Bible book. These things I have done, and the Empowerment Tribe who got it from the Bible book. These things I have done, and these things I should have not left undone. Absolutely. These things I've done, and these things I should have not left undone. Absolutely. Absolutely. What do you do? What do you not do? Yep. That's the men's group. We're doing some work. They've got a list. These are the things I need to do. These things I don't need to be doing. Right? It's quite a helpful tool. Open for anybody. Listening while working out. Guilty of all of these things at some point. But that mind reading. Yes. It can get us. It can get us. All right. I see y'all. Monique acknowledges that she is a light bearer. Tamara is a light bearer. Billy, I see your light, brother. Shine it bright. Light bearer. Yes, Leola, light bearer. For those of you who admitted you're a light bearer, those of you don't even know some of you don't even know you're a light bearer, but you are. Because you have influence on people. You are unidentified leader. You might not have a title. You might not have any of that kind of stuff. Daryl, I see you. You are a light bearer. You should give direction to people. Yep, Lisa, bam, bam, bam. Yes. I'm getting ready to talk right to y'all. This is right to you all. Right to you all. That means that you are most likely also a change agent. And being a change agent sounds awesome. It sounds like we should have matching t-shirts. Miss Helen says, I'm a light bearer. Pam says, I'm a light bearer. Patrick Claiborne, we know you're a light bearer, sir. Annette says, that's me. Listen to me. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Listen to me. Listen. Change agent sounds cool. It even sounds sexy, like a spy or change agent. That's what we do. We get out there and we do. But that is no joke. That's not something most of us sign up for. Because that means you have to stand heavy in unstable places. Most of the time against mad opposition. Opposition for the people on mats who aren't trying to break or aren't trying to get healing for themselves or broken processes or systems or thinking. Because what's broken, that little mat they've been sitting on for 38 years has worked. So don't come in here with your little change agent, light bearing self, talking about there's a more excellent way, or have we thought about this? Or is this a way that could better help people or better serve people or move people? Don't think that you're going to be met with a parade and balloons and confetti, because you're not. Because what you're about to do is turn over the apple cart. It's a broken cart. only 3 of the 4 wheels really work well, but it's the cart they know. So what do you do, light bearers? What do you do when you walk into heavy places and realize that you might not get much help? Not only may you not get much help, you might bear the brunt of the broken mindset that's just not ready to change. Remember, we always talk about fixed mindset, growth mindset. Yes, we celebrate because we operate in a growth mindset, but that doesn't mean everybody's on that train. I worked on change management teams. The hardest people to work with is those that don't accept change. The resistance is real. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The resistance is real. And here's the other thing about change agents. Many times you all are innovators, which means you're not even going to see a template of what you're trying to do ahead of you, which makes you even more of a target. Because if people haven't seen it before, what reference do they have? All you have is that God-given thing down on the inside of you that you stay committed to, that you follow at all costs. Whoo, doggy. Why could I hear your voice like in my head? I tweeted this today. This is what I was looking for. The struggle of innovators is that we never fit in because we were created. We weren't created from molds. We are the molds. We're not created from molds. We are the molds. You are the mold. I hope that blessed somebody today. Every person is a different chapter. Absolutely. We all have roles to play. We all have a role to play. My only charge for us is that you don't give up your role. Yes, yes. Right? We are victors. Let me see it in the chats. We are victors. It doesn't matter if you were 9 out of 10 things on that cognitive disorder list. You are a victor. That was powerful. Praise him. Glad to share it. We have to encourage one another to continue to be light bearers because darkness always looking to snuff out light, but you got to be light. Stand in your light. Don't be arrogant with it. Stay humble. Don't burn people up with your fire, but stay committed to being who you are, how you are, and why you are. You are welcome. I see you, Doc. We are victors. I see you, Pam. We are victors. That's our declaration today. We are victors. We are victors. Monique, we are victors. Yep, yep, yep. All day long, every day. We are victors. Yes, yes. Ooh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Now you all understand why that theme song means so much to me. I'll be your light. That is like, that's my theme song. We are victors, always humble and grateful. Yes, yes. We are victors. Yes, we are, Narisha. Doesn't matter the situation or the circumstance. We will rise. Powerful Mindset Monday. We are victors. Yes, we are. We will rise. I rise. You rise. We rise. Whatever it was, stand on top of it. Don't be enslaved to it. Don't let it tie you up and put you in the trunk. Be the thing that you got the victory over and you can share and help others from. We are victors. We are victors. We are victors. Yes, yes, yes. I'm excited about Wednesday's devotional. I don't want to say too much because I'm not it does sound crazy. It's going to go one of 2 ways. And I'm not sure which way it's going to go, but it's going to be good either way. You don't want to miss it. Have to go. Catch y'all later on the Empowerment Tribe group page. Yes, yes, yes. We'll see you over there, Miss Tamara. We are victors. We are victors, Helen. We are victors, Michael. We are victors, Annette. We are victors, Billy. We are victors. I missed the songs. You missed the song. Oh, what happened, Michael? You got in too late? Well, Michael, just for you.
I'll be your light. Be your light. I'll be your light. If it gets too tight, be your light. I'll be your light. If it gets too dark, I'll be your light. I'll be your light. Your light. I'll be your light. If it gets too dark, I'll be your light.
Oh, you thought I wasn't going to dance the second time around? Oh, every time. Every time I'm going to dance to that. I even coach some of my clients to do that because it puts you exactly in the place you want to be. Yes, that was just for Michael. We had to do it one time for Michael. Hey, I love you too, Miss Leola. I love you too. Yes. Oh, yes. You were sad because you missed it too? Girl, let me tell y'all, that is our theme song. It's not just my theme song for the show. If you're a light bearer, that's your theme song too. I'll be your light. That's your, hey, Billy. You dance too, Candace. That's it. Thank you. You are so welcome. That's our theme song. That's our theme song. We are the light. We'll be the light. So make sure you meet me back here Wednesday. Wednesday, we're going to do our devotional, right, at 10 a.m. And then on Friday, we'll be back for our group coaching live. We are victors. Yes, sir, Reverend Wingo. We are. We are victors. We'll be back for that. Love you all so much. For those of you who are not sure about the Empowerment Tribe, you haven't joined us yet, there's a couple of ways to get involved. Text the word release to 22999. That's my personal way of texting you all and you all texting me back and me letting you know about things that happen quickly. Like if I do a pop-up or different, kind of personal things that happen, I kind of let the tribe know. If you need a coach, you know where to find me, JeanetteSmith.com. I also want you to know about our group because we have a thriving Facebook group. I mean, these folks, I learned so much. I've been doing this plant-based journey, right, of eating. Have officially lost 30 pounds. Praise him. And I've learned so much over there because we talk about all things that are empowering. And so sometimes we'll be talking about healthy eating, healthy mindset, healthy this, healthy that. You name it, we talk about it because that's the kind of tribe we are. That's how we roll. So this is the Empowerment Tribe. You can head over to, Facebook.com/groups, Empowerment Tribe. And that's where we are. And you can see we're always, there's that Savala's talking about, he went from timid Tony to Tony the Tiger. We have a good time over there. And it just helps us keep the conversation going from our live streams. So if you would like to be a bigger part of the tribe, that's where you join us over there. Congratulations. Thank you, Brother Michael. Appreciate it. This was your first time here? Well, Billy, bro, you came in hitting hard and heavy. You got to come back. Make sure you join us on the Facebook group page and stay connected. Wednesday, 10 a.m. This is where we'll be. I knew you were going to say that, Candace. Fridays are her favorite. We do group coaching. Those of you who have never experienced that, it is a lot of fun and insightful too. So make sure you join me for that. I love you all so much. Thank you for being my light. I know that you say I'm your light, and I don't take that lightly. I'm grateful to God every day that he gives me the honor and privilege of being able to share anything with you that makes your life better, that helps you make better decisions for better living. I will have a great day. Okay, you have a great day too. And so I do. I don't want you all to ever think that I take that lightly. But I need you to know that your light helps me. Your light is edifying to me. It shines brightly for me. It is everything. Everything to me. All right. I love you so much. Now this.
Thanks so much for joining me on this journey to help empower your mind, your body, and your spirit. I hope you've enjoyed our time together as much as I have. Make sure you stay connected. Become part of the tribe, the inner circle. Text the word release to 22999 and get all the updates on events and happenings and pop-ups that I do. Let's grow this community. Bring more hearts and minds into the room. Share the streams. Join our tribe, our Facebook group, and support through products and services that'll help you continue to make better decisions for better living. Like this resource, From Dream to Reality, Navigating the Path to Your Life Purpose. This top-selling action journal has helped thousands of people find and follow their purpose. You can get it on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. The link is in the post. The Empowerment Tribe is about empowering one another. So follow me on social media so I can follow you back and see what you're up to. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Periscope. Thanks again for tuning in. We are the Empowerment Tribe. Together, we are light bearers in the world. Love you to life. See you next time.